I'm here in Montecito, California. My name is Fred Vallaeys. I wanted to talk to you for a few minutes about the future of digital marketing. So I wrote a book, it's called Digital Marketing in an AI World. And a basic premise of that book was that despite so much artificial intelligence taking over the things we tend to do manually in pay-per-click and in digital marketing, the results are actually better if you combine humans with machines. And I say there are three roles that humans can play to make the machines better when you collaborate with them. The first is the role of the PPC doctor. So think about a doctor. A doctor figures out what kind of medicine to give you for the problem that you have, but they also know the interactions between the medicines and they know what is the right level of medicine to prescribe. And so when it comes to PPC and digital marketing, this could come to things like if you're going to set bidding on automation, what kind of conversion tracking and attribution models should you be using? So for example, do not use last click attribution because in combination with automated bidding, that will simply break. The second role is that of the PPC Pilot. And as the PPC Pilot, you can be very involved in just monitoring that the airplane is flying the right way when it's flying by itself. And when you think about PPC and digital marketing, that equates to making sure you have monitoring systems in place. Because the automations, they do a great job most of the time, but you do want to know if at any point they're maybe getting wrong information or they're making a decision that's questionable, you as the human can step in and prevent it from going down the wrong path and crashing your PPC campaign. And then the final role is that of the human teacher. Right? Automation in digital marketing is often based on, they say, artificial intelligence, but really it's often also based on machine learning. And as the name implies, machine learning requires some teacher so that the machine can learn. Right now, more and more, the systems of learning and feeding data into the system may be unstructured, right? So you don't have to really prepare the data very much. But in many scenarios, when you think about what is it that makes your business unique and what kind of data can you feed into the machine learning system to make it do even a better job than it could by itself, well, that's about feeding some data about your business into the system, and that helps the machine learn, right? So there you are, the PPC teacher. Now, that was my book 2 years ago. Then I started thinking, well, actually, a lot of this work is very manual. And so all the gains that you might be seeing from automating your digital marketing all of a sudden are wiped out by just doing other tasks to keep the machines happy. And so that's when I started thinking about automation layering. And the thing that really dawned on me was that oftentimes now when we think about automation, we think about artificial intelligence, machine learning, very complicated things. And we as humans, as marketers, we may not think we can add a lot to that. Well, it turns out that Google has tremendous resources. Let them figure out artificial intelligence, machine learning, the really heavy duty, very expensive things of figuring out what bid to place, what ad to show to which person based on similar audiences and all of these cool things. All we need to do as humans is layer on top some fairly easy automations that fulfill these three roles that we talked about, right? So if you agree that we should not be running on last click attribution, well, too often people still run on that attribution model simply because they work with an agency and that agency has too many accounts, and so the agency oversees one campaign or it overlooks one campaign where that is still the setting. You can build a simple automation that alerts you if that setting happens to be found somewhere, right? That fixes your problem. It's a very simple automation to set up, but it's going to make you perform better. And then the other things to think about is how do you do some of the more sophisticated things? So for example, if you think about automated bidding, well, automated bidding really depends on the machine knowing what it is you care about. Too often businesses feed the wrong conversions into the automated system. So you fix how you present a conversion to Google, and Google's going to be able to do a better job of finding you conversions exactly like that. In a really simple example, if you're a bank and you say, I want conversions that are people filling out a lead gen form on my site, well, that's probably wrong because you didn't give Google any information about the quality of those leads. You need to put in place some system that measures the quality of those leads and then feeds back just the good ones back into Google and say that's a conversion, because now Google's automated system can actually go and do a better job of finding you more conversions just like those that are actually likely to convert. So anyway, Put together automation layering, put your own automations together with those sophisticated ones from Google, and I think that's going to unlevel the playing field for you and set you way ahead of your competitors in digital marketing.